Hey everyone, I'm Doug,
And I'm Whit.
and this is Whit's computer. So by now you've seen the video where we actually built it.
If you haven't, go check it out.
Yep.
We built it from scratch.
Yes, we did. And then after the video finished, I just kind of cleaned things up a little bit. So you notice like most of the cords are not showing. It's all pretty neat, and so it's actually running really well. It's quite snappy. Very happy with it so far. And Whit hasn't really had a chance to do much with it just yet.
No,
So
because I knew we were upgrading it.
Yeah, so it just
within a short period of time.
It's been hanging out here in the trailer, so.
But I'm very excited.
So it's a nice fast machine, but we need to do something a little better because she works in After Effects and Premiere, and those are pretty heavy on resources. So.
Of course.
Yeah. So let's get this thing off here. So.
Yeah. It's a little intrusive.
Okay.
Where do you want it?
Is there somewhere you can grab on the front? Just underneath.
I'm scared.
As promised, we're going to get you upgraded. So, let me actually check the account and see what our budget is. So your balance you have to work with is $26.50. So
wow.
Yeah, I threw in some YouTube earnings in there. So,
okay.
Yeah, so you got $26.50. We promised the viewers that we do $1,500 for upgrades.
Mm-hmm.
Anything beyond that's totally optional.
Okay.
And whatever you don't do for upgrades, you're just going to be able to take home.
Put towards the camera. That's what the plan is.
Yeah. So, okay, so let's take a look at a few things here. So, the CPU that we put in here is what we call a Ryzen 5 3600 from AMD. And it's a 6-core processor. It's reasonably fast. But if you're going to be doing much with rendering video and whatnot, we probably want to go something a little bit faster.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Rendering's not fun.
No, it's really not. I mean,
it's horrible, especially when you get up to 4K and that kind of stuff in After Effects.
And for what you're doing,
it takes up a lot of time. I don't think a lot of people realize that who aren't in film.
Mm-hmm.
It takes up so much time. Like, this video is like 2 minutes, should take you an hour, but we want all these graphics and all this other stuff in there and this music and blah, 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 blah. And that stuff adds up. That time adds up.
Absolutely. So. Yeah. So having a nice fast CPU is kind of important to make sure your rendering doesn't take too long.
Right.
Well, let's look at a couple different options. So like I say, what we got before is the Ryzen 5 3600. It is 6-core processor. It's base clock, which is basically how the minimum speed that it'll run is 3.6 gigahertz.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it goes up to 4.2 gigahertz. And yeah, so that's kind of what we're starting with. So 6 cores running it up to 4.2 gigahertz, which is it's actually pretty good. You know, the machine feels really snappy until you go to render.
Yeah.
And then you're like, it's not bad, but we can do better. So we got a few other options. So there's the Ryzen 7 3700X. That goes up to 8 cores, so you go from 6 to 8. Okay. Yeah, and then your maximum clock speed is 4.4. So it's not a huge upgrade, you know. 6 cores to 8 cores, so 25% more, or 33% more. And then your clock speed go from 4.2 to 4.4. So not a huge upgrade there. But it is still an upgrade. And then they have another one that's very similar. It's the 3800X. It's also 8 cores. It goes up to 4.5, and there's some other advantages it has as well. So it will feel a little bit faster.
Okay.
But if it was me, I would skip those and go right to this one, the 3900X, Ryzen 9. This has 12 cores, and it maxes out at 4.6 gigahertz. So it's basically twice as much.
It's double. Yeah.
It's basically double. It's twice the computation power of the 3600 that you've got in here.
I can do math. Sort of. Can do that kind of math.
So in terms of just like doing web browsing, you won't feel the difference between the two.
Right.
But when you go to render, you could see it's nearly a difference. Okay. So
I've spent some horrible days rendering, you guys, like you don't even know. Like crying tears, like hours and hours because something wasn't rendering.
Right. Or like when you did your entry for the film festival, like you had a midnight deadline.
Oh my gosh, we're counting down We were counting down the minutes till midnight to get my submission in, just watching it render. It's the most stressful 20 minutes of my life.
It's a 5-minute video at 4K, so it shouldn't.
It's not. It's not long either,
Yeah.
But it's 4K,
Yeah.
so you need something that's fast that can handle
and we
it.
did that here in the trailer on a 6-core processor.
Yep.
So it's very similar to what we've built here. So it's
Okay.
capable. Absolutely, this machine's absolutely capable. But
It's
we
just not.
add some additional horsepower and goes faster. So
Yeah, I like that.
yeah. So that would be my recommendation. There's another upgrade, and this is the 3950X, and that's actually the one that I use on my office. It has 16 cores, and it goes up to 4.7.
Wow.
But the price is pretty significant. So this one, and it says $499. It's actually more like $429 in the real world. And then this 3950, it says $749. It's more like $680 in the real world.
Okay.
So I don't know that would make a lot of sense for you.
Do you have 16 core because you do software?
Partially, and
stuff?
it's mostly because I just didn't want to have to worry about it anymore.
Right. You just do the best you can.
Yeah, exactly. So, and
Okay.
I'm glad that I did, but the number of times where I actually see a real benefit from that are pretty few and far between.
Oh, okay.
So, when you're talking about additional $260, I don't think it's worth it.
Okay.
So, in fact, I know when we very first started talking about building your computer, I referred you to the Puget Systems website. It's a company that builds computers specifically for doing video, and they've done very, very exhaustive testing on all sorts of different hardware combinations. And let me actually blow this up a little bit. No, that's not the one. Yeah, just blow this up. So, the comparison of different chips. Okay, so the chip you have is actually not even on the chart, but I did a benchmark on it yesterday, and you got a 426 on the performance score.
Okay.
So the 3900X, which is the one that I'm kind of recommending for you, it's a 769. So
nearly double.
Nearly double, yeah, not far off of double. And then the other ones that I mentioned a while ago, so the 3700 and the 3800, 651 and 663.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I like the 12.
Yeah, that's kind of what I would recommend for you. It's give you room for, start shooting video in 6K. You'll have the horsepower to do it. Things like that.
Sweet. I really want to get the Blackmagic 6K too.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll ever shoot in 6K. Maybe for something special. But at least
if you get that
I'll be
camera,
able
why
to.
not shoot in 6K?
Right. Yeah. At least I'll have that option.
Yeah. And then someday you'll get the 12K camera, and then.
I know, right? Next year.
So, but interesting point of comparison here. So I mentioned this to you yesterday. The 28-core Mac Pro, which is a machine before you upgrade anything else, starts at about $16,000.
Right. Yeah. I remember
gets
we
a
was talking about it.
767 on this performance index, and so this 12-core that we're talking about for you.
It's better.
Touch faster. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So.
Anyone giving me crap, I'm just gonna pull this up.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, if you're running Adobe, it's actually pretty hard to justify a Mac because it just isn't that fast on a Mac.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I just like Mac, but it doesn't matter anymore. Doesn't matter.
At some point, you say, I can spend $16,000 on a computer or spend $3,000 on a computer and get the same performance.
Right. If it's the same, then who cares?
Right. It's like, take that difference and buy a nice camera or something.
I know. I could just buy an Apple monitor and pretend.
And there you go.
Draw an apple on the little thing.
I'll even print you a sticker.
This was a $20,000 computer, guys.
So that's the CPU. So
Okay.
sounds like we're probably settled on the 3900 for you.
Yeah.
I think that one
like that.
probably makes the most sense. So that's 429. So
Okay.
Should actually do like kind of a spreadsheet or something to keep track of. Yeah, it's actually we'll actually do a cart on Newegg. So we'll probably be ordering this from Newegg. So AMD Ryzen 9 3900X. So we'll find that processor on here.
I forgot about Newegg.
Yeah.
I used to look at Newegg all the time.
Yeah. So go ahead. Okay, add the cart. So 439.
Okay.
All right. So the next thing that we got to pay attention to is the GPU.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. So the GPU that you have in here now is a GeForce 1050 Ti. And back last fall, when you first asked me about building a computer, that made a lot of sense.
Right.
Because the GPU didn't really help to accelerate Premiere that much.
Mm-hmm.
That's all changed.
Oh yeah, you told me that.
Yeah.
Okay.
In May, Adobe did a huge software update where it actually uses the GPU for rendering. And so getting a faster GPU actually does start to make sense now.
Yeah.
And whereas a few
That's
months
so
ago,
cool. Like I got like in there right when they did that
Oh, yeah.
to do something. So
your timing on
It's
this has
good.
been perfect. I mean,
that's awesome.
yeah.
I
6
hate it
months
when that
ago-
happens when like they do an awesome upgrade on something and you're like, oh, I just got this
Yeah,
one.
Yeah. I will warn you
That
though that
happens a
there are
lot.
some new GPUs coming from NVIDIA in the fall.
Okay.
But for where I'm going to recommend you go, the replacement for that's still going to be a long ways off.
Oh, okay.
So,
Cool.
yeah,
Well,
I wouldn't wait.
If it's
I
great
wouldn't.
for rendering,
Yeah,
that's
it makes a
really
huge
all I
difference.
care about.
So this chart basically showing the difference between before and after this upgrade that they did.
Mm-hmm.
So GeForce 1660 Ti, which is faster than what you got, but not really a ton.
Oh, okay.
It jumped from 142 to 365 by going from software to GPU rendering. So 2.5 times faster. And if you go to the higher end, you're talking like 5 times faster.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. So that said, though, let's take a look at some other numbers. All right, so here's a comparison of a handful of video cards that we can actually get for you. So the card that you have in there, the closest match is this one, but it's actually not even close. I would guess, just based on my experience, the score for the GPU you have in here right now is probably around 450 in that ballpark.
Okay.
So we can definitely get you faster. You know, we can easily double it by going to a 2060. They also have 2070 and 2080, and then a 2080 Ti. But you look at the difference in score.
Not too much.
They're not that much, but in price-wise, you're talking 300, 350, like 550, 750, 1500, or something like that. So.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't think it really makes a whole lot of sense to go much beyond the 2060. So that's kind of what I would recommend for you. So you can get that card for $340, I think is what the price is right now.
So this one, the
2060.
2060.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the score on that's 991. So it should give you more than double
Yeah.
what you got.
Okay.
So that's kind of, that would be my recommendation anyway. So
Okay.
and it's not it's not eating up your budget too bad. But so yeah, let's actually go and find that, see what the current price is. So that is the GeForce RTX 2060. And we'll go for the KO version, which is slightly more budget friendly without having to compromise too much. Oh, look at that. It's actually 309.
Sweet.
Oh, let's go to the Ultra. It's a little bit faster.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ultra.
Yeah. So, RTX 2060
Faster.
KO Ultra gaming. It's a gaming card. You're gonna have a pretty cool gaming computer here. All said and done.
I don't think I've ever played a game for like 10 years on the computer. I tried WoW. I just
Not
like
your
decorating my person, and then I got bored. I was like, okay, this isn't for me.
Should you ever choose to?
But I guess if I want to start a Twitch account,
yeah.
catch me out on
I mean, if you
doing
were,
terrible at
if
Halo.
you really were gaming, I would suggest you go up to the 2070 instead of the 2060. But for video rendering, the difference between them is so small.
Oh, okay.
And you're talking quite a bit more money. So, add to cart.
Sweet.
So
It's like Christmas.
it says 4 items. What 4 items? Oh, it's bonus free gifts. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You get a couple of games. Woo.
Oh, I do? For
Yeah.
free?
Yeah.
Oh no, now I have to play. I'm scared.
Yeah. So.
I like the music to Assassin's Creed. I like the commercials.
Oh yeah.
But that's because they're like cinematic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's actually.
I think there's a movie.
That game can be kind of fun, but it can also be kind of tedious.
Uh,
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so far we've spent $770.
okay.
Yep. So of your 1,500, we're basically halfway there, right? All right. So
Sweet.
next thing we need to talk about is memory. So you've got 32 gigs here.
Right.
32 gigs for Premiere, just fine.
Mm-hmm.
You won't notice much performance increase by going to anything more than that.
Okay.
However, I know you want to use After Effects.
After Effects is like a whole other beast.
After Effects is
It really is.
so memory hungry. So incredibly memory hungry.
My laptop won't even open it anymore. It's like, nope, it's not happening. So, yeah, I'd love to get really good at After Effects and just use it more in general.
Yep. So let's take a look at what Puget Systems has to say about After Effects. Processor-wise, look at the, go full screen with this so people can actually see it. Processor-wise, 3700, 3900, 3950, 3800, basically identical.
Oh, yeah.
So,
okay,
you're covered.
Yeah.
You know, we get you the 3900, your score is basically the same as any other. So, I mean, you can get a little faster with these extreme machines, but in this case, you're paying more for that processor than you're spending for your entire computer.
Right.
So,
yeah,
totally not worth it.
Yeah, not worth
for
it.
For 10%, yeah, totally not worth it. So, After Effects, we're good on processor. GPU, similar story. Very similar story. So, what we need for After Effects to run well is memory.
Right.
So, now, I got your computer that has a glass side.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yep. Most people who get computers that have the glass side on it, they like to do RGB lighting.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
So, we can get you memory that has the lighting on it.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, so...
I don't know why I'm so excited about that.
Add some color. I did a little research ahead of time. So let me blow this up a little bit.
Oh,
Corsair
cool.
Vengeance RGB Pro.
Mm-hmm.
This is 32 gigs, so it's 2 sticks of 16 gig apiece.
Okay.
I think we really ought to go bigger capacity in each one because you have 4 slots.
Oh.
And if you do 32 like this, you max out at 64. You can't put any more in unless you pull it all out and start over.
Mm-hmm.
If we, on the other hand, let's see if they have this, show this anywhere. 64 gig. Let me actually include it in the search. So we can get a kit that only uses 2. There you go. Yeah, so it only has 2 boards.
Mm-hmm.
You still get 64 gig. That way, if you ever want to upgrade later, you've still got 2 slots available. So you could put another 64 in and go up to 128 at some point.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah. So you can customize the colors, make it do.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Does it light up or is it just
the lights up. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
It's actually lit up. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, I have some friends that have done this.
Yeah. So you can get crazy with it, you know. You can guys, they call it RGB, it's red, green, blue. So you can customize your own colors, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you can get absolutely crazy with it. But
yeah,
your motherboard has a little bit of
party
RGB on it. We do RGB memory. If you want, we can add an RGB fan. In fact, the processor you selected does come with an RGB fan.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah,
okay.
We'll be able to add some color in there.
That's awesome.
So anyway, but just very briefly, so the memory speed on this is 3,200 megahertz.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically as fast as these processors can go. So you're kind of maxing out at top performance.
Sweet.
There are ways to make it go faster, but I wouldn't recommend it. It makes them unstable.
Oh, okay.
And it's what they call CAS 16, which is basically the latency, so how long it takes for the memory to respond once it gets a request. You can go faster than 16, but the prices get ridiculous.
Oh, okay.
So 16 is really the sweet spot
okay.
on that. So 272 for 64 gig, that's a pretty good deal.
Mm-hmm.
So
sweet.
Let's see if
and it's Amazon's choice.
Yeah.
11%
let's see if Newegg
off.
actually carries that one. So we have to buy it all in one place. If not, we can get it from Amazon. $299 versus what was the other? $272. Yeah, we can get it from Amazon. Save
Okay.
a few bucks. So.
Only 10 left in stock.
Oh, dang it, I was gonna order 12. Being sluggish. Fast processor, lots of memory, fast graphics card. You're in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
But we can do more.
Okay. But there's more.
Exactly.
That's what it reminds me of.
Okay, in terms of storage, so what I put in here, you've got a 1 terabyte SSD for Windows and for applications. You can also put projects
Okay.
on there if you want. And then you've got a 4 terabyte hard drive for archiving projects. You don't want to edit off the hard drive. It's painful, especially in 4K.
Right. Yeah.
So you want to be editing off of SSD.
Mm-hmm.
You've got one more slot for a high-speed SSD in this machine.
Okay.
So we can add a second one of those if you want, and totally optional. Something we can do later too. You don't have to do it now.
Mm-hmm.
But we can add another terabyte or a 2 terabyte SSD in there, something like that. Kind of your working drive for your media projects.
Yeah.
But things get really big these days. So like the
Yeah.
video of you building the PC, that was 800 gig just for the footage on that one before rendering.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I'm aware. It's been taking me a while to get through that. So.
But I'm thinking it would probably be a good idea for you to have an SSD just for your projects, separate from your operating system.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
we've got a lot of options for that too.
Okay.
So let's go on to Newegg, and I'll do a search. You're going to be getting a killer computer.
Yeah.
You really are. Okay, let's see. Here, hard drive, SSDs. Internal SSDs. And we're on M2 2280.
So what's the one I have in there right now?
It is 1 terabyte from a brand called Silicon Power.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's this style.
Mm-hmm.
This is what they call
I remember
NVMe.
putting it in.
Yeah, it's what they call NVMe. You've probably seen other ones that look more like a hard drive. You know,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
these are way faster.
Oh, okay.
Much faster. So
It's so small.
yeah, they're tiny, absolutely tiny.
That's cool.
Performance is all over the map with these things.
Okay.
It's kind of you decide how much you're willing to spend based on. So, like for example, the Samsung 970 Evo Plus, that's a really good drive. It's very fast all around. 190. We can probably get you 95% of the performance for like 130.
Oh, okay.
So, kind of your choice. So what I put in before was a drive from Silicon Power. I don't see it here on this site, but it's a pretty good compromise between price and performance. The big downside you have with a lot of these, when you get into cheaper ones, they slow down when you're writing a lot of files to them. So if you're copying a huge project, you've seen that as you've edited here in the trailer. I had one SSD in this computer that was after a little while it got really slow.
Yeah.
And I finally said,
Painfully
I'm
slow.
done. I'm done, and I got another one. I actually got one of these Silicon Power drives to put in there.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, so we've got Samsung's good, Crucials are good. There's Intel 660p. That's actually the one that got really slow that I stopped using.
Mm-hmm.
I've since put it in an external USB enclosure so I can still use it. But Sabrent, that was high. That was ultra high performance, but also has a price tag to go with it. We can go over here, Amazon. So I'll show you what we actually got for you. There you go. Well, it's this drive, but in one terabyte size. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which I think I saw. Yeah, this one. So we can get you another one of those. We can go up to a 2 terabyte for a second one. Price jumps.
Whoa, the price jumped a little bit.
Yeah, 1 terabyte's really the sweet spot right now.
Okay.
So,
yeah, I think 1 terabyte should be good.
We can do that, or we can bump up the performance, get you something a little bit faster. Or if it's something you know you're not going to be using as much, we can actually save a little money and get something a little bit cheaper.
I'm gonna defer to your judgment on this one because you're the expert, not me.
Yeah, it's a 2 terabyte for $229. So.
Oh, okay.
A lot of it's going to depend on how big the projects you work on are, and whether you're going to have multiple projects active at any given time. If you're only working on one project, the 1 terabyte's probably okay, unless if you shoot a feature, that's another issue altogether.
I know. I just keep thinking about
bigger
things. I'm like, ugh. So the 2 terabytes, $229.
$229, yeah.
I kind of leaning towards that one.
You go 2 terabyte on that one?
Is that good? Is that bad?
No, it's good.
Okay.
That's a pretty darn good price for a 2 terabyte drive.
Yeah, I felt like that's not too bad.
So I actually like these drives. I'd never heard of this brand before, but I've bought about 4 or 5 of their drives now, and they've worked great. So
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Wow, 2 terabytes. Woohoo!
Woohoo! This is the nerdiest video in the world.
It really is. This is another one. This is actually a little faster, but you're paying a little bit more. These Sabre
Right.
drives are actually pretty good as well.
Mm-hmm.
I have a few of those as well. In fact, that's actually what I have in my computer in my office.
Oh,
I
okay.
have one of these in there, and it's been great. But I don't know how much you would see the difference in performance between the two, except for if you're writing a whole ton of data all at once.
All at once.
Then you'd probably see some difference. But for just editing, you'd never see the difference between them.
Okay.
So
Well,
gonna stay with what you got.
I'll stay.
Okay.
This is like I feel like this is like 21. Like a hit.
Yeah, exactly.
Stay.
Yeah.
But like,
Exactly. Yep.
I don't know.
Yep. Okay, so let's figure out where we're at budget-wise. So 502 here,
Okay.
and then over here, where what? 769. So 770. So you're at 1200 something.
Cool.
1270.
1270.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not too bad.
Yeah. Yeah. I wasn't expecting you to go to 2 terabytes, but yeah, that's awesome.
Surprise, everyone.
Living on the wild side.
We're rebels.
All right. Okay. I know you're lacking for good speakers.
Yeah, that's true. I keep forgetting about that. I had speakers my mom gave me from my computer 15 years
I
ago.
can imagine they're terrible.
And I use it for my TV now, and I think one of them's broken. So definitely need something
All right.
for sure.
Because you do a lot of media stuff, I would highly recommend you actually go with studio monitors.
Oh, okay.
Speakers that are meant to be as accurate as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So, most computer speakers, even the higher end ones, they're designed to have certain pleasing characteristics. Like they boost the bass or boost the treble so that people like the sound of them better, but they aren't accurate. The
Okay.
problem with that is like when you go to edit on that,
Mm-hmm.
you dial in a certain level of bass or treble or whatever, and it sounds right, and then somebody else listens to it and they're like, this doesn't have any bass, because what you were hearing on your speakers added bass that wasn't really there.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I think studio monitor is probably the right way to go, and I'm going to let you hear a pair that I have later on, and
Okay.
we can make a final decision, but I want to show you a couple options here. So Mackie,
I didn't even think about speakers.
yeah. So Mackie has the studio monitor series, the CRX series.
Oh, those are cool.
Yeah. I have a pair of these. I'll let you hear them.
Okay.
That's a good they're a decent option.
Mm-hmm.
$100.
That's not bad.
They do get better fairly rapidly above that. So if you go to like
Oh.
the CR4, which has a 4-inch woofer instead of a 3-inch, you're at 150.
Mm.
Sound quality is noticeably better. So another
Oh,
one
okay.
that's in this ballpark is this PreSonus Eris series. I haven't heard these myself.
Mm.
I don't know how good they are, but I did do quite a bit of research, watching YouTube videos, people talking about them, comparing between the PreSonus and the Mackie. Most people said the Mackie were more accurate.
Oh, okay.
So, and then my own experience with PreSonus, every PreSonus device I've ever owned died like right after the warranty expired. So
Oh,
I have a
that's
bitter
not
taste in
good.
my mouth from them.
Oh, okay.
So, but these aren't necessarily the best answer for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's something I wanted to make you aware of. Like, we can get you some decent speakers for $100 to $150 that are going to sound pretty good. And they have some of these that actually have Bluetooth in them, so you could pair it with your phone and listen to music straight off your phone,
Oh, cool.
things like that. So, but
I kind of like these.
yeah,
The Mackie.
they're green.
And they're green. My favorite color.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the with Bluetooth, the price goes up a little bit. But anyway, so I'll let you hear the
Okay.
ones I have, and then I'll
Mhm.
let you compare them to my really nice Genel X,
Mm.
and you can kind
Are
of
those ones a lot more expensive?
yeah, they are.
Okay.
You'd-
I assume that.
You'd be spending about $650 for a pair of those, so I wouldn't recommend that.
Yeah,
for
I don't
you.
know if I need that nice
But
of
I wa-
speakers.
but I
Probably be
want
the
you to
only
be
one
able to do a
listening.
comparison between the like really good ones
Oh, okay.
and good ones,
Okay.
right?
Cool.
So
Maybe we should do a video on that.
Problem is, the video, you can't really hear the difference between them.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I mean,
Sounds good. Please believe me. Just kidding.
So.
Okay.
All right, and the other thing that I think we ought to consider is getting you an external SSD for moving files around.
Oh, okay.
You edit here. You're going to be doing some editing at home.
I know. I was thinking about that last night. I was like, oh, that's going to be kind of a pain to like move stuff onto my computer when I want to just go home and edit.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I was going to ask you about that.
Just doing a hard drive.
Yeah, and I only have hard drives, so and that takes a while, especially
forever.
depending on the
I mean,
footage.
If we got an 800 gig project that you need to move, that's like 4 or 5 hours to copy to a hard drive.
Yeah.
And even on an SSD, it's going to be slow, but it's possible. You know?
Right.
So, so what we can do, we've got a couple of different options. We can either get like another one of these, and put it in a case. Little tiny case.
Another 2 terabyte one?
Or 1 terabyte, whatever you want.
Okay.
So we can do something like this. So this has one of those drives in it. This has that exact drive. Well, the 1 terabyte version of that is in there.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And then that's what I would bring just for you to transfer?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. The other one we can do.
And small.
Yeah, they're nice and small.
Convenient.
Lightweight.
I'll make sure I don't lose it.
Yeah. You've probably seen the Samsung portable SSDs, like these guys.
Oh, yes. Yep.
That's the same idea.
Okay.
Just somebody already did putting the drive in the case for you.
Right. Okay.
So these are very common. One advantage you would get with this is they make holders for this to hold it on top of the pocket cinema cameras, Blackmagic.
I was just looking at those.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at the pocket cam, obviously, and then I was looking at a rig. And then I was looking at the SSDs to put in the slot.
Yeah.
They had one that came with it and all that.
They're made for these Samsung drives.
Okay.
So
would that be a better option that I could use?
You can go either way.
With the camera at the same time?
This would be a little cheaper. This would still work with the camera.
Okay.
Performance-wise, 6s. You know, same either way. Yeah, they're so you can do what you want there. But
how much is this one?
so we're looking at what was that? So if we wanted to do the 1 terabyte one, where'd that drive go? Let's go back in history a bit here. So can power. So we get the 1 terabyte, 125.
Okay.
And then 25 for the case. So 150. So you're saving.
150. So not.
It's not a lot.
Too much.
Yeah, you're saving $20.
$20.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And having different colors.
But I could use different colors. That's what I'm gonna get. Red. I feel like this one I might use more if I need another one for a camera. Because I can't use that one for.
No, you can use this.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
But it's just a different size.
Yeah. The downside to this one is they don't make a mount specifically to hold this case on top of the camera.
That's true.
But you can absolutely plug this in and it will work just as well for recording as this. So.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, the advantage here is you're getting name brand, warranty, make accessories for it. Question is whether it's worth $20 for you to do that.
Yeah, let's do this one.
Red, black, blue.
Blue.
Ooh.
Switch it up because I'm sure all my other stuff will be black. So.
But you got a white computer.
That's true.
Yeah.
But like camera gear, it's definitely all going to be black, most likely.
Okay, now the one that you and I have actually had the most discussion about. Remember what that is? So what part have we talked about the most?
I don't know.
Monitor.
Okay, monitor. We talked about a lot of things.
Yeah. So.
Yes, monitor is all I've really been thinking about.
What are your priorities on a monitor? What are you looking for?
Obviously good color for color correction. I like something wider for my timeline when I'm editing. And then at least 27 inches.
Okay.
Preferably bigger.
Okay.
I have a pretty big desk, so I feel like I should go big.
She's not lacking for desk space.
No.
Yeah.
It's not technically a kitchen table, but
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about a couple of pros and cons and some of the different options.
Okay.
I know you've mentioned a couple times curved.
Yeah.
I'm not going to recommend. I recommend against that. Just
Okay.
because they've fallen out of fad. So
They just look cool.
Not a lot of manufacturers make them anymore, and you pay a serious price premium for them. Like,
They are
in some
expensive,
cases,
yeah.
Nearly double what you're
Okay.
getting that's not curved.
Right.
And I know you've also mentioned ultra wide.
Mm-hmm.
Ultra wide look cool. They're a little more expensive.
Okay.
And you can get higher resolution and something that's a little taller.
Mm-hmm.
So I think sticking with the 16:9 aspect ratio, like all these monitors here,
Yeah.
in this shape,
Right.
is going to get you the most bang for the buck.
Okay.
And they're actually, you can get higher resolution than the ultra wides.
Oh.
So
Okay.
a lot of the ultra
That's
wides,
could be better.
they max out at a little over 3,000 pixels wide.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to a 4K monitor like these,
Mm-hmm.
you're almost 4,000 pixels wide. So it's 3,840 pixels wide. So you actually get a little bit more width,
Right.
and then you get the additional height too.
Okay.
So I like the additional height for like web browsing. So if you're on an ultra wide monitor, your browser tends to
Right.
be
That's
short.
true. It's
You're not
going to be
seeing as
short.
much. So
Yeah.
I actually prefer a more square monitor for a computer.
I do like these. I
Yeah.
do like editing off these.
Yeah.
Or
So-
those ones.
Yeah, those. Yeah.
Not this one. The LG, right?
The LGs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I would probably want to steer you in the direction of LG.
Okay.
As well. So I think they have the best color reproduction
Mm-hmm.
for what they cost.
Okay.
You can get better from other brands,
Mm-hmm.
but you're also talking about a heck of a lot more money.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think for what you're doing, my recommendation would be an LG 32-inch 4K.
Ooh, 4K.
Yeah. Let's go to computer monitors, not just TVs. You could use a TV.
I could use the TV,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
get the $1,200 one.
Of course.
Ultra fine. Jeez. That got expensive real quick.
Yep. Here's the funny thing about this. Let me actually go to a new tab here and do another search. LG 27-inch 4K. So basically like the monitors you use here in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
It's more money.
Wow.
Smaller monitor is more money.
Yeah, that's weird.
So if we go 32, you're getting something that's bigger. It's actually going to be more comfortable. 4K is really high resolution on a monitor this size. Everything is really small. And I know you've mentioned a couple times, like, the text is so small.
Yeah.
And I've actually even blown it up on there. So
Right.
before I blew it up, the text was like microscopic. So if we can get you a little bit bigger monitor,
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a
Might as
good
well.
way to go.
Okay.
Other cool things, DCI-P3. Are you familiar with what that is?
No.
That's the color space that cinemas use, some movie theaters.
Oh, okay.
So you're getting 95% of the colors that you can use for movies.
Actual movies.
Yeah, that's a good thing. And it has HDR, but I wouldn't count that as a feature at this level. In order for HDR to really work, you got to get into a lot more expensive product. So, in terms of differences between these, this one's going to have a little bit better picture quality, slightly better. Mostly if you're not viewing it straight on.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not a big deal
Yeah, I mean,
to me.
As long as you're looking at it dead center, these are going to look nearly identical.
Okay.
This one's actually white, so it would match your computer.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so in the back, it's actually white. Which you probably didn't know that these are white too.
Are they too?
Yeah, but you can't see. You can't tell.
Yeah, obviously.
So, but this monitor is basically the 32-inch version of the ones you use here in the trailer,
Okay.
and it's cheaper.
Yeah, and they're cheaper. It's a nice perk.
Nice little bonus there. So,
Yeah, I like that. I want that one.
is that your decision?
Yeah.
Is that your final answer?
Hit me.
And at some point, you can get a second. Have two monitors, awesome monitors side by side.
I would like to get two at
So,
some point.
The price keeps coming down, so if you don't need it now, I'd say hold off for a little while.
Yeah.
So,
Till I get on a bigger project or something, I'll wait.
yeah. So
Whoop, that got expensive.
Yeah.
4 items.
yeah, so you're at 1,000 there, and then we are at 770 in Newegg. So you're a little under 1,800,
Cool.
and you're getting one rocking system.
Yay! I'm so excited.
So technically, you do have budget to get a second monitor if you wanted to.
That's true.
So,
I might wait.
yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I might want to buy a camera first, or more lights for my office. Make it like a disco, because that's gonna be like all colorful, right?
That's right. Yeah.
It's gonna be a party.
Yeah.
Just for me and my cat.
So, anyway, that's really all I had for suggestions.
Okay.
And yeah, either I did my research and you just liked what I did, or you're just being super agreeable. One or the other.
Well, I mean, like we've talked about multiple
yeah, and this is
things
not, this
before.
is not a new discussion.
Yeah, and it's been months since like we started talking about it too. So like off and on talking about different stuff.
And I think it's really cool that things have changed a little bit. You know, that Adobe did that big software update where all of a sudden the GPU makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
A few months ago it wouldn't.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, we're getting you something that's going to be fantastic right out of the gate. So
I'm available for hire for editing. If anyone's
or
wondering.
other projects too, right?
I mean,
So-
I'm available for hire for a lot of things, but now I'm gonna have this. So
I'll order these today.
okay.
Most of it should come like mid next week, and then we'll do a video during the upgrade. So
Sweet.
That will go way faster than the build video.
Yeah, the build videos was pretty intricate and
pretty lengthy.
yeah,
So,
that's okay.
Yeah, so it's upgrades is basically pull out the old one, put the new one in, or whatever. So
Sweet.
pretty straightforward. So
Yay.
if you guys have any questions about picking PC parts, you can ask them in the comments, and I'll try to answer. I would very seriously recommend people going to that Puget Systems website.
Mm.
They've done all the research for you. If you're doing video editing, not just for Premiere and After Effects, they've also done it for Resolve and everything else. You know, like,
Okay.
and they've also done other non-video related research as well. So if you're doing science or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
they've got recommendations on what to get, and you can save a lot of money by buying just what you need instead of buying stuff that's not going to help you at all, which is
Yeah.
what I've done here, right? So
Super helpful.
yeah. So we're also going to have links to the parts that
Yep.
Whit's picked out. So if something like this is something you're looking for, then really appreciate you using those links to buy, because it does help the channel. quite a
Yeah. If you guys use those links, we actually get
bit. Get a percentage back.
percentage. So
Yeah, it helps out quite a bit. So pays better than YouTube does. So very helpful. So anyway, that it? Anything else?
no, I'm excited.
Like, share, subscribe. as
Oh
always.
yeah, like, share, subscribe, get the word out.
So if you haven't watched the video for building the computer, go watch that too.
Yeah, step by step. So it's actually really cool.
Yeah, cool. All right. Well, I think that's it. So thanks everyone for watching, and have a great day.